We wanted to tell you about a pretty cool local place. We got a segment, Taste the Lake. Wild Will and Uncle Chris taste the lake. And this week, we had our first trip together out to Shawnee Bluff Winery right there off Bagnell Dam Boulevard. And Chris, I had been there before. I don't know, have you eaten there before?
I've eaten there, but it's been like many years ago, and I kind of even forgot that you could eat there. So this was great. But I mean, everybody knows about Shawnee Bluff Winery, right? I mean, it's right there by the toll bridge, incredible views.
Yeah.
You can't beat any of that. I just didn't realize you could eat there, right? I knew they had wine and stuff. So we get to go in and try there. They've got brick oven pizzas. Oh, you got that, and I stole some from you.
We got the pizza.
Oh, that was, yeah, you got it, brother. I got the salad because I'm working on this, right? Trying to get rid of a little bit of that.
But one thing about Shawnee
was good.
Well, one thing about Shawnee I wanted to mention is, you know, it's big in the summer because of the view you talked about. They've got the tasting barn. They do events out there on the bluff and also at the vineyard. But this time of year in the fall, even though you've got the view, you're like, well, it's kind of chilly. I don't want to sit outside. Well, you got options at the bluff. We went, had a great meal, as you said. It was the avocado bacon Caesar salad.
It's so good. I like a Caesar, but if you throw bacon on there, I am all in. And if you throw avocado on there, holy moly.
Maybe a little extra dressing?
Oh, I got whenever I get Caesar, I get extra dressing for that because I'm a gravy guy, right? But yeah, it was great. And I had them throw some chicken on there too, and that was great. But I did have to steal some of your pizza.
And I got the Meat Lovers pizza, and that's one thing that I love from Shawnee Bluff is their brick oven pizza, and it had Italian sausage and pepperoni and hamburger and bacon, and it was phenomenal. Comes out crispy, but we started with the Bavarian pretzels that came with beer cheese and honey mustard. And they call it the burrata bacon tomato, which is this like bread. They put these roasted tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, then oil and basil. And I mean, it was phenomenal.
I'm getting hungry just talking about it again.
And what did we drink? I was impressed they had coffee.
Yeah.
But you went for one of their more signature. You had a bourbon flight.
Yeah, I did. Well, and you know, it's Shawnee Bluff Winery, so they have wine and they do wine flights, and I've done that there before. And I thought, you guys got bourbon? You do a bourbon flight too? Oh my gosh, that was greatness, because I like bourbon. I like to sip a little bourbon, you know, and let me tell you, I had 4 of them, and those were maybe some of the best bourbons I've ever had in my life.
And I want to give a shout out to Brandon Mason,
Yeah.
who was our server bartender. He was so knowledgeable, and not just the history in Shawnee Bluff. He told us that was like the old superintendent of the Osage School District's house
Yeah.
from like 1914. And I mean, it was just wild. So they have that history there. Really cool. Great daily specials, and they just changed their hours. They're going to be closed Tuesday and Wednesday, so every Thursday to Monday, 11 through Sunday, and on 11 through 7 rather. And on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they have live music and a couple of events I wanted to tell you guys about real quick. This Saturday, it's the Lake of the Ozarks Fall Crawl, Miller County Business District putting it on. All kinds of places. Well, listen, Shawnee Bluff Winery is a stop, and they're going to have the tasting barn open for festivities. Live music all day starting at noon, and they're going to be open late. Also, mark your calendars, the first annual Shawnee Bluff Winery Autumn Gala Masquerade, November 18th. Going to start at 6 out at the Vineyard. We'll have more information on that. Also, every Monday, we were there Monday, bingo at 5:30. We were only there till about 4:30, but we saw people coming to get their spot for bingo. Management recommends come early on Mondays for bingo. They fill up fast, and we got to give a shout out to Mindy Bartlett, Melissa, Danny, Charles, their entire staff at Shawnee. Of course, our server, Brandon Mason, do such a great job, and they just took home some big-time awards like #1 winery, #1 all-around restaurant, #1 hotel motel. They have those really cool, quaint little cabins that you can stay in that were there when it was first put in. So just really cool. Shawnee Bluff Winery and Vineyard in Eldon, and of course they've got their 3rd location we'll tell you about. But just an all-in-all great experience. And believe it or not, in the winter, just as great fall and winter.
I didn't know that either. You know, I mean, you know it's there in the summer because you got the incredible views of the lake and everything. But yeah, they're right there in the winter too. Like you mentioned, some historic buildings. So cool. Go in there and ask them about those buildings because it's pretty amazing story.
And they got crazy daily, weekly specials. Like Wednesday is frozen special. You get their wine slushies. One of the only places that does wine slushies. $5 on Wednesdays. Don't tell Unique, okay?
No.
But just a great place. Shout out to the crew at Shawnee. Bluff, thank you for having us, and we highly recommend you stop by and see them maybe even this Saturday as part of the Fall Crawl.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that place, man. Even more now than I did before.